Happy April Fool's Day, everyone. How's everyone's Saturday going? I don't know if my notification went out or not, so I'm going to give a few minutes for people to come in. But how's everyone's day going? Does anyone have plans this weekend? Sorry, my mouse is really loud in the background. Hi, Alice. How are you? Thank you, Katie Bug. I will let him know. April Fools, I forgot. Thanks for warning me. Yeah, somebody's going to try to April Fool you. Don't believe anything anyone says today, guys. All right. Hi, Fred. How are you? Head full here. I saw this tragic story a couple of days ago. Yeah. So I have been talking to Cece, and she was filling me in on all of this that's been going on because I had a little confusion with the other stuff that happened this week. Hey, Lala. Good to see you. But yeah, so this case is, I'm gonna have to put a trigger warning. Lee Bug, yeah, it all kind of happened. Well, so Haley's story happened on the 23rd of March. So not that many days ago. I believe the guy was arrested, or guys, but we're gonna get to that in a minute. Let's see. Yeah, so yesterday was the 31st. So her story happened on the 23rd. Hey Sifa, hey Caleb. How are you guys? Yeah, so the command is trigger warning, Sifa, and I have it at the bottom. We can still use it though, because whenever I get to the article part, it's definitely gonna need a trigger warning. All right, so I'm going to start with like when they were let me pull that up real quick. Window. Okay. So can y'all see this? Yeah, good and big and clear. These are the two that are responsible for Haley. Yeah, it's pretty horrible. So let me find the right article to read to you guys, but it is, I will say there's a trigger warning. I thought I was prepared and had the right articles, but I guess I didn't. This one might have the story. Hey, hold on. Sorry about that. Okay, y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull up this article because I had it and then I probably closed it by accident, but I want to be able to tell you guys exactly what happened. Okay, yeah, this is the article. This one's pretty bad. Sorry about my dogs in the background. Yeah, Alice, I agree. I agree. Suspect arrested. Okay, so hold on just a second. Oh my gosh, I was reading so much. I hope y'all was able to read all that. It's very, very disturbing. I kind of just paraphrased it anyway because I wasn't reading all of it. But basically, they acted together. They murdered her on the 21st. Her body was found on the 23rd. They dismembered her body in an attempt to conceal and destroy evidence. They transported her body in a duffel bag, leaving it near the dirt extension of North Virginia Street between Red Rock and White Lake Parkway. So on the 23rd is when they found her body, and they conducted the death investigation with the Washoe County detectives, search and rescue, the Hasty team, Raven Drone Unit, and incident management. And then he's also a convicted felon, and that's basically telling his history, kind of what we watched earlier. So Tanoki is waiting for extradition from Midland, Texas, and Graham is in Washoe County on a violation of parole. So this is the statement from her family. Haley was a daughter, mother, granddaughter, great granddaughter, cousin, niece, and aunt. She loved her two baby girls and loved taking them to the park to see the ducks and go on the swings. She was a Reno native, born and raised here. She was studying to be a mortician and wanted to work at Mountain View Mortuary someday. It's very sad that she ended up there in a different way. Oh, that's horrible. She loved doing art, makeup, fashion, loved music and camping, Hawaii and Lake Tahoe in the summer. She was so empathetic. She would occasionally go to cemeteries, read about people's stories, and show her respect. She leaves behind a 2-year-old and 9-month old, Luna and Mila. Even though this awful thing happened to us, I'm not letting it define how I feel about the biggest little city. The people who did this are not from here. I want to personally thank everyone that has shown us support in this community during this difficult time, from delivering food to our house to donating to our GoFundMe, sharing our GoFundMe, comments, posts, texts, and calls, and supporting us at her viewing. Complete strangers to people in my realtor community, we love you all. On behalf of the members of the Washoe County Sheriff's Office, I want to extend our deepest condolences to Haley's family and friends. So I didn't know that there was a GoFundMe. Um, I have to find the link for that. But these are the court documents that came out, basically explaining that the murder was with the use of a deadly weapon because she was shot in the head. Uh, it's so sad. Um, they were staying in room 517 of Siegel Suites at 133 North Virginia Street. And yeah, and then everything that I mentioned earlier is what they did to her. I don't want to repeat it, but it's horrible. The good thing is about this case is that they got the guys, as horrible of a case as this is, it's good to see that they were on it, they got him. They got the guys. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna catch up on the comments here. Um, oh, Allie, I'm sorry. I just wanted to show that, these guys, and when you look into their eyes, you can see it's just something about their eyes, but they're caught. They're where they should be, and that's the important thing. They found her body, and they were able to find these guys. I mean, he was all the way in Texas, and they found them. So, thank God. Hey, Shannon, thank you for stopping in. Yeah, I was muted for a minute, Fred. My bad. Y'all were kind of reading the article by yourselves. Um, Definitely not a lot of people are suffering mentally, but they don't want to go and start killing people. There is no excuse. Yeah, I don't know any other details on this case. I'm pretty sure they haven't figured out motive or anything like that, but yeah, so Caleb, that was two things that I hadn't seen yet. I hadn't seen yet was I heard of the Hasty team, of course, but the Raven drone unit, I was like that. I don't know. I hadn't heard that before. And yeah, this is Washoe County, Washoe, however you say that. But yeah, it is frustrating, but you know, at least these guys, there will be justice for Haley. There definitely will be justice. Hey, Kenny, how are you? Me too, Katie Bug. That was the most important thing. So initially, I know if y'all had seen earlier in the week, the article that had came out that where there were human remains found outside of Truckee. So I'm gonna share that real quick because this is where I was kind of confused. When I saw this come out earlier this week, and then me and Cece were kind of messaging each other, and she was like, they got the guy. I assumed that it was this case. So I didn't understand how it happened so recently if this was severely decomposed. So she had to kind of, get my brain straight and explain to me that it was two cases, two things that happened majorly in the last week and a half. So this is a completely separate incident. There were severely decomposed human remains found near Truckee. This article was posted March 28th. So it's on Monday evening, but at 6:30. This one says PM, but I think the article had said AM, but it could be PM. I'm not exactly sure, but let's just read it for what it is. So a call came into the sheriff's office at what looked to be severely decomposed human remains. It was around Ferret Road and Interstate 80. When deputies and detectives with the Nevada County Sheriff's Office, along with officers from the CHP, arrived on scene, they confirmed that they were human. As night was approaching, law enforcement halted the investigation until Tuesday morning. And then they had the FBI response team, anthropologists from the Chico State Human Identification Lab, the Nevada County Search and Rescue Evidence Team, and detectives from NCSO Major Crimes Special Investigations Units responded to process the scene. As far as we know on this case, outside of Truckee, these human remains have not yet been identified. So two separate cases. Haley's case happened all within, March 21st. She was killed March 23rd. She was found, and then March 26th, the guy was arrested, or 28th. So yeah, there's been a lot of things going on. Thank you, Sifa. I need to grab that link so I can bring it up on the screen. I don't know what freaking word I just I'm not saying it again. I said I don't even know what I said. To be honest, I really don't even know. That was a whole new word for me. Caleb, I don't think he was because I haven't seen his name in any of the articles. So I don't think he was there. I don't think he has anything to do with it. Okay, I'm gonna grab this link real quick. And Sif also dropped the link in the chat if anyone wants to check out the GoFundMe and either share it on your, different social media platforms or whatever, or if you want to donate, then that's fine. They did almost reach their goal of 27,000, so that's really good to see. So this was, as I set this fundraiser up, I simply can't find the proper words. It isn't easy to properly say, "Hey, village, let's all get together to contribute money to help Haley's parents raise Luna and Mila," because Haley's parents will be raising her daughters. They're babies, and their mommy is supposed to be here to do that. Their mommy wasn't supposed to lose her life so tragically. But here we are, and the only thing I can think about is helping this family deal with their grief in losing Haley. April and Mario lost their daughter. Nate lost his sister, and two precious girls, Luna and Mila, lost their mommy. May we, as a village, as a community, help to ease the pain this family is feeling somehow, because really there are no words that can make this better. And she did update on here that, yep, they caught him many states away because, as we all know, nobody can outrun a village like ours. Thank you to everyone who got the word out and refused to let this guy outrun his day in court. Sweet Haley, we caught him, and we will make sure your family and babies know that this village is strong and will forever be here to provide comfort. Tonight, I'm sharing a picture of Haley in one of her happy places because tonight we celebrate that they caught him. And I'll see if it'll bring up the picture. Can y'all see the picture? Yeah. So, yeah. So there's the GoFundMe information. But yeah, so I'm just gonna keep his picture up there because I'm so glad that they found him. They got him. He's where he should be. I wish all cases could go like this. Detectives. I don't know. That might be what I said, Jan. I don't know. Detectives. Probably. Yeah, I agree, Katie Bug. She had two beautiful, beautiful little girls. Hey, Crane Kicks, how are you? Caleb, that has yet to be determined. As far as I know, we don't know very much information besides all of this because, like I said, it all just recently happened. He was arrested yesterday, I believe, is when CC sent it to me. So, and then they got the other guy soon after. So, as more information comes out, I'll update. But yeah, who opened the GoFundMe? It just says her name, Barbie Marco. Sounds like she's either a really close friend or a family member. It doesn't really say, but I would imagine one or the other. You're off of work, Crane Kicks. Yay. Sorry, y'all. Oh, y'all hear my typing in the background. Okay, so if you're a creator here, drop your link in the chat, please, so we can get your channels out there. Yeah, Alice, she was. Thank you, Sifa. Yeah, 18 years old. Like, hey, Sunflower. It's so sad and so tragic because, yeah, we know she's going to get justice, but her life was still taken at 18 years old. And it's like, we don't know the circumstances. I don't know. Me and Cece were talking about like the hotel situation. Like, did cameras pick up any kind of footage, of the two men entering the lobby, maybe, or, if she was alone, or, if she was with someone but maybe left her room for something, and, you know, she was taken into some, their room, or whatever the situation. I'm sure there'll be more info to come out. But then again, as we know, we don't always get more information. So I was just happy to share this story because, as tragic as it is, it was good to see that the bad guys finally, in a case, it's not just going to go cold. It's not going to go unsolved. It's not called foul play and nothing to see here. Like, this was actually something that they were on top of. Yeah, I know, Sip, you're like one step ahead. Katie, they mentioned Sleuthy Goosey on Banfield News. Really? I'm surprised because there was some issues with Banfield and a lot going on. Hold on, let me shut this door. But yeah, so I didn't plan for this live to be super long. I did want to get this story out to anybody who was also maybe confused because, like I said, I myself was very confused. I thought the human remains outside of Truckee was this guy. Like, I thought he was responsible, and we were just waiting for the ID. So when Cece kind of clarified everything for me, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go live and address it and let everyone know. So, but does anybody else have any other cases they have questions about, or anything y'all want me to touch up on before I end the live? Sorry about that, y'all. I was talking to the hubby and son. They walked in from work and such. Um so yeah. Dawn, I'm not gonna be probably doing a live tonight. I'm going to eat out with my husband. It's his birthday tomorrow, so we're going to eat out tonight. So I won't be live, but if Shan goes live, I'll probably be in chat. I do think Sipa's doing a live later, so we'll definitely be doing that tonight. Sifa, we can find something. I'm sure we can even touch up on just like some recent missing persons cases. We'll figure something out. Thank you, Katie Bug. I will. We're going to one of our favorite restaurants Lots of good Cajun seafood, so I'm excited. No problem, Dawn. Thank you, Sunflower. This Barbie Marco is interesting. What are you finding, Caleb? So yeah, like I said, her name it's in the title, Haley Nieto. Now, I think Cece said something about she has a huge TikTok following. However, I haven't been able to find her actual TikTok because the one I did find is it can't be hers because the last TikTok was like 2 days ago. So I don't have the right account. I'll have to ask Cece for it. But yeah, like we can I mean I'm pretty sure they're really severely investigating this case because I think it said Homeland Security was even involved. Let me pull up this other article real quick just so we can make sure. So yeah, I mean they had SWAT officers that took him into custody when he was in a Midland hotel. Um, yeah, U.S. Marshals. So U.S. Marshals was involved. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to do an in-depth investigation. So that makes me feel better, knowing that they're involved in this case. To Mr. Daisy. Bring you some po' boys. We do have some good po' boys. Katie Bug, that's the thing that I'm trying to piece together with Cece and just the research. There's not much out there, honestly, yet. But if you noticed in the family statement, she said the guys who were responsible for this were not from the area. So I'm assuming they're not from Reno. So maybe he is from Midland, at least this guy, because that's where he was found. But the other guy, Graham, I think was his name, last name, um, he is in the Washoe County Sheriff's Department, jail there. So I'm not sure. Like I said, it's all new. It all just happened. There's going to be more details coming forward. But I don't know much right now. I just kind of wanted to get the story out. But yeah, I mean, if we can dig around and, just maybe if we notice anything, see anything that would help, definitely there's like a tip line and stuff on all these sites. There's a place where you can call in anything that you may find like on social media or whatnot. But it seems like they have this one pretty under control. Like I said, I just wanted to get her story out. I'm glad that there's going to be justice for her. And then now we're waiting for the human remains outside of Truckee to be identified, which I'm pretty sure it's going to take a while, severely decomposed, and needing an anthropologist. It's probably going to take a bit. Hey, Simply Smile, how are you? He is Nortino. It's a gang. How do you know this, Caleb? Can you like DM me or put it? Well, we don't have nowhere. Can you just DM me like what you are finding, if you don't mind? Yes, Katie Bug, definitely sending prayers. I mean, her mom is mourning her daughter and she's raising her grandbabies, and they're so young and so little. Oh, okay. Yeah, y'all are obviously finding some information I didn't get time to dig on yet. But I did just talk to Cece this morning and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put her story out there. So but yeah, anybody else have anything to chat about? Oh, it's what you already knew. Okay, my bad. I'm just learning about all this. Hi, hoping for answers. How are you? And so as I had shown you guys, I don't know if you noticed my video for Savannah Hale. If you haven't, please go check it out. In my video section, she is a girl that was missing from my area. Well, not my area, but like 3 hours away from me. She is, I wanna say is because I hope that she's okay. She is 22 years old. She left in her own vehicle, but it still was being investigated and very suspicious because, she left without telling anyone anything. They do have like a couple of surveillance things. I'm going to do a live on her as promised. Tomorrow's hubby's birthday, so probably Monday I'll do Savannah Hale. And then I'm also working on a video. It's going to be a series of videos for Kylie Rodney. Um, Basically, I'm going back, way back to the very beginning of when I found out about Kylie, how it unfolded, real time with me, and I'm compiling that information and we'll break it down into a series. Um, with Kylie's case, it's like we're never going to stop. We're never going to give up, but it's kind of like we're at a standstill because we don't have anything new to share. All we can do is go back and kind of make sense of what happened then and looking at it now. So, but that's the important thing, is keeping her name out there. We cannot let this case go cold. If we could put pressure on law enforcement, like those who are, we have some awesome people in here that have been contacting law enforcement, whether it be by email or telephone. The more pressure you put, like pressure bursts pipes. Eventually, hopefully, they're going to get sick and tired of people wanting and demanding answers, demanding truth. And it's like, if you give us the truth, we'll leave it alone. If you're going to say it's an accident, then show us it's an accident. But there's so many red flags that we're not just going to accept that. Like there's no way. So we're going to keep fighting for Kylie. We're going to keep fighting for Trinity. I know we don't touch up on Trinity's case a whole lot because, again, there's nothing new. But every time we touch up on Kylie's case, we are also bringing in Trinity Backus, Chloe Bogan, Carly Gouze, because all of these are in the same area. All of these are suspicious. All of these are just foul play, or they're just cold cases, and something's not right. Whether it be a trafficking ring that's going on, I don't know. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that word. The illegal transportation of persons. That. Whatever it may be, we need to get exposure. We need to keep talking about it. We need to keep saying their names. What happened to Kylie Rodney? What happened to Trinity Backus? Where is Chloe Bogan? There's so many that we have to be the voice for. Katie, are you talking about the Savannah Hale one? I appreciate that. I really do, because not a lot of people know about it. And like I said, it happened in May of 2022. Right after that, there was another case in Georgia. Kaylee Jones, she was eventually found in November alive and safe. And then Kylie's case happened in August. So Savannah's case didn't really gain a lot of traction. Honestly, I didn't even see it on like my local, I don't watch my local news, but I didn't get anything like new on any of my news apps local to me. I had never even heard of it. The only reason I knew about it is because Savannah's sister was tweeting on Twitter. And when I saw the town, which was Shreveport, Louisiana, that's when I got in touch with family, and I've been in touch with family ever since. So I'm definitely going to get her story out there. And I'm waiting for the family to confirm whether she wants to be on panel or not. She might just join and chat, which is fine with me. So there's always a new piece to the puzzle, that is, and we'll get us. Yeah, you're right, Dawn. And there are people out there that can do more than what we're doing, but what we are doing is also very important. I want to believe that there's someone out there that is going to do the right thing by Kylie, because you can't tell me that people that look at this case go, "Oh, yeah, I can totally see how that's an accident." No, that's not gonna fly. So I believe with all my heart that things will happen for Kylie. It might not happen right away. It might not even happen in the next few months. It hopefully it doesn't take years, but I do believe that there will be justice for all of these girls, for all of these cases. Yeah, Katie Bug. It stuck with me for Savannah because of the fact that I was in touch with the family, and I was trying my hardest, but it was like at that time I was only on Twitter, so besides sharing every little update I could and people retweeting, I didn't really have a platform to get her story out. I did see that there are a couple YouTube channels that did cover it, so I'm gonna go over that in my live, which I was thankful for. But it's almost a year, and there's nothing. So I definitely want to get her name out there and try to get it to gain some kind of traction again. Fred, it's more like a million piece puzzle, and they're all white puzzle pieces with no corner pieces. That's how I look at Kylie's case. Yeah, it's not all accidents that are happening over and over. Like, no. Dawn, yeah, I agree. You have to keep the positive news in your heart. It's just really hard whenever there's so much negativity going on in all these cases. Like, for all of this to happen in just like this past week with Haley, and then the human remains found, it's like, what is really going on? And they're severely decomposed, you guys. So I was wondering, I know someone in the comments section on Facebook about the post was wondering, could it possibly be Carly Gouze? Because she's been missing since what, 2021? Um, I don't know. It literally could be anyone. And then it could be anyone we might not have ever heard of. And then it's like, will we even find out anything? We don't know. Because we know how this department works. Alice, it's like one of those puzzles of baked beans. Sammy is the beans, right? Oh my goodness. All right. Well, like I said, if you guys want to share this video on your platforms, and it doesn't even have to be mine, you can look up the article on Haley and share it if you're on Facebook, put it on your Twitter, Instagram, whatever you're on. But like I said, justice is coming for Haley for sure. So that's the positive in this situation. Let me see if I can find one more picture. It's in my thumbnail, but I'm gonna bring it up here so you guys can get a good picture of Haley. So this was Haley, and I have her children blurred out because they're minors, but this is Haley, and there will be justice for her. If anybody does find out any information on this case, like, please let us know or call in to the zip line. If there's anything you see on social media, anything, that you notice or anything being said, things like that, just you can shoot me an email, you can drop comments under the video, whatever you feel. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Gonna get ready for dinner tonight. I hope you guys have a happy weekend. Remember, it's April Fool's Day. Don't believe anything anyone's saying because they're trying to get you. Thank you, Caleb. Yep, I agree, Allie. We shall. All right, guys. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you, Sifa, for the links and being here for support. Shan, if you're still in here, thank you for dropping in. Caleb, Katie Bug, Alice, I love you all. All right, Alice, I'm going to check my messages. Thank you. All right, guys, stay blessed. Have a great Saturday.